Okay. So let's start today's. So what is the today's topic? पता है किसी को आज हम क्या पढ़ रहे हैं?
Sir,
Linear
it's
equations.
exponents. Oh, I thought exponents. Wait,
Anybody?
that was
वेरी गुड. आज का जो टॉपिक है हमारा वो है लीनियर इक्वेशन इन वन वेरिएबल. ठीक है. आवाज़ आ रही है मेरी?
Yes.
सभी को क्लियर है?
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
हेलो. विहान अन्विता एटलीस्ट से यस.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I actually said, but I think you couldn't hear.
अनम्यूट करके बोलना है बेटा.
Sorry, sir. Then maybe it was my mistake.
So the today's topic is linear equation in one variable. Everybody getting it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, please write it down. This is the second chapter. Linear equation in one variable. Now, before starting this chapter, I would like to bring some of the basic important concepts of expression, or we can say, so anybody know what is an expression?
Yes, sir.
Tell me what is
Yes,
an
sir.
expression?
Expression is something which is performed in a sum.
Which is profound in a.
Sum.
So can you give me an example for an expression?
Like x is equals to uh wait x plus 1 is equals to 3.
X plus 1 is equal to 3. Okay. Can you give me one example, Anvita, for an expression? Anvita, can you hear me? Can you just give me an example for an expression?
Sorry, sir. Suddenly some call came, so the sound went off. I think of an expression 5 is equal to 3 plus x.
Okay, so this is an expression. So both of you have some misunderstood concept of expression. We should correct it. Okay, so what is an expression? Expression means we are going to express something, and that too with the help of a variable. Now what is a variable? So first of all we will understand the concepts. So first of all, what is a variable? Tell me, anybody, what is a variable?
It's like x. It's like where a value can be denoted to that thing.
So variable is a number. First of all, write down. Variable is a number whose value is not fixed, or we can say whose value varies or is not fixed, and is represented by an alphabet. When I say alphabet, we can use any alphabet from A to Z. Okay,
Yes, sir.
but most of the times we use X, Y and Z. All right, so this is a variable. Now if I am doing some operations on this variable, suppose let me think of a variable X. What does it mean? It means that I am thinking of a number whose value is not fixed. So you may also think 1, you can think 2, you can think any number, negative 5, negative 5 by 2. X can take any values. Are you getting it? So X is an expression. Now if I am doing more operations on this X, suppose I say 2x. So what does 2x represents? 2x is an expression. 2x is an expression, and in which what is being happening? So whatever number I am imagining in my mind, I am multiplying it by 2, or I can say I am doubling it. Suppose I am thinking of 2, so the value I am going to get is 4. So expression does not have any equality sign. This is the basic understanding. Please write it down if you want to write it. I hope that whatever I'm writing, you all are writing. So expression does not have which sign? Equality sign. Means this sign does not have. Okay. So suppose I'm giving another example of an expression. So I can write 2x plus 5. This is an expression. Expression means I am doing an operation on a variable. What is the operation that I am doing? What I am doing? I am multiplying the variable by 2 and then adding 5 to the product. If I am asking what kind of expression I am doing, so we can say first we multiply the variable by 2 and then add 5 to the product. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now please understand, there are some keywords that are being used in addition, multiplication, division and subtraction. Now what are those keywords? Let's understand. सबसे पहले everybody understood what is an expression?
Yes, sir.
Everybody understood what is a variable?
Yes.
Okay. So there are some terms. So let us understand all the basic terminology. When I am saying terminology means those terms that are being used in this mathematics. So first we all understood what is an expression. Okay. Then expression means it is an operation on a variable. It is a simple operation on a variable. Operation on a variable. Now variable you all know, whose value is not fixed, no fixed value. Okay. Then there is one more term which is known as coefficient. You all know what is a coefficient, so we can write numerical value attached with a variable. For example, if I am writing 4x, so what is the numerical value with the variable 4? So 4 is known as the coefficient. 4 is the coefficient. Alright, suppose I write 20x. So what is the coefficient? 20 is the coefficient. Alright. When I'm saying alright, is that my okay?
Yes, sir.
I want you to respond, okay? You are not YouTubers. Okay. So coefficient means numerical value attached with a variable. Now there is one more terminology, that is a constant. Now what is a constant?
Constant has a fixed value.
Fixed numerical value.
It's a number that has a fixed value.
Yes. Fixed numerical value. It does not have any variable. Okay. Then we can write what are terms. Okay. So what are terms? So I
Sir, I don't know.
can explain you what are terms. Suppose I am writing. So when I am saying terms means I am talking about unlike terms. I am talking about unlike terms. So please understand the terms. Suppose I am writing, just give me a minute. Okay. Suppose I am writing 2x plus 5. Okay, so can you see that there is a plus sign which is differentiating two? Basically there are two kinds of number. So one is 2x, another one is 5. So we can say that this expression has got how many terms? 2 terms. Terms means you have to identify how many positive or negative signs are there. Suppose I am writing 2x minus 5. So this can also be written as 2x plus of minus 5. Any doubt? So how many terms
No,
are there? So first term is 2x, another term is negative 5. So terms are basically the total quantity of the different numerical expressions separated by the positive sign. Don't get confused if somebody asks you how many terms are there in 4x minus 6. So how many terms are there? There
so
is
2 terms.
one is 4x, another term is minus 6. Because when we speak about terms, we have to always see this positive sign and then minus 6 will be in the bracket. Alright?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now if I ask you how many terms are there in 4x plus 2x. So somebody may question, sir, there are 2 terms. But there are no 2 terms. Why? Because if we add 4x plus 2x, they are going to be 6x.
So it's one term.
So there is only one term there in this. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Suppose I write 4x plus 2 plus 5x minus 3. Can somebody
Sir.
tell me how many terms are there?
So there are 2 terms.
What are they?
4x and 5x are one term.
No. You have to
2
join
and
them
3
together and then you have to tell it as a 9x.
Okay, sir. So 4x plus 5x is 9x, and 2 minus 3 is 1.
Minus 1.
Yes, sir.
So there are 2 terms. Please write it down. I hope that I don't need to say again and again that please write it down. It's understood that whatever I am writing, you are also writing. Alright? Anybody having any doubt? Do you want me to give, if at all you are not able to, if you have not able to write, please let me know. I will just share the screen again. Is that clear? Anybody, any part which is not written?
No, sir. Every part is written.
Okay, what about you, Anvita?
Sir, can you just show that a part where it's written 2x plus 5? Yes, sir, that part. That for 1 minute.
Okay. Is it visible to you?
Yes, sir, I wrote it. I was having to write
Okay.
that last.
Fine. So here is a question for both of you. Let me see who is going to answer first. And is there any other person who has joined? No.
Sir, Daksh has
Okay,
joined.
Daksh has also
That's
joined.
the journey.
Okay, Daksh also. You are also there, a silent viewer. Okay. So how many terms are there in 6x plus 7y plus 10 minus 3x plus 4x square? The question is how many terms are there? Please do it in your notebook and tell me the final solution. All the terms that you know. How many terms are there? Too much time. It should not have taken more than 30 seconds.
Sir, there are 3 terms.
What are they? Tell me.
17x, 7y, and 10.
17x. How you got 17x?
I added 6x. No. Wait, I had to subtract. Okay.
Anvita, this is an open question. Anybody can answer.
So, sir, it is 14x, 7y, and 10.
So he is telling 14x, 7y, and 10.
I got it different.
Okay, you tell me your answer.
I
So let
got
me
three.
keep this answer for Vihan. Okay,
Yeah,
tell me Anvita.
I got 3x, 4x square, and 7y and 10.
Wonderful. What about you, Daksh?
Yes, sir.
How many terms are there in this question?
Sir, 1.
One term. How you got one term?
Sir, I heard 10. Sorry, term.
Terms. How many terms are there? This is the question, beta. Can you see this? So there are basically, if I solve this particular expression, solving means I am going to reduce it. So you can see that 6x minus 3x is going to be 3x. Now we don't have any term with respect to y, so we will write 7y. Then we have 10 as well. Then we have 4x square as well. So Anvita, you said very correctly. So there are how many terms? There are 4 terms.
4 terms.
Alright, Vihan.
Yes, sir.
See, please
So,
understand.
sir, we are not gonna solve that 4x square.
So you cannot solve it. Why? Because there is a different variable there. On one end it is x, means the power of a variable is different. You cannot add x and x square. This is not allowed.
Okay, sir. Got
Okay,
it.
you can add only like terms. I am writing it down. You can only add like terms. If you want to write in Hindi, you can write आलू सिर्फ आलू के साथ जुड़ता है. Okay, you can only add potato in potato. You cannot add potato and apple together. If I ask you how much is 5 potatoes plus 3 apples, so are you going to say that I am having 8 potato apple? No. 5 potato plus 3 apple is going to be 5 potato and 3 apple only. You cannot add them. Alright? So that means you cannot add x and x square. They both are different terms.
Okay, sir. Got it.
Okay, they both are different terms. And whenever we are going to add, just give me a minute. And whenever we are going to add anything, okay, so addition is only done as a coefficient, means that you can only see that the coefficient part is being added. Suppose I say 4x plus 2x, so they are not going to be 6x square. Only 4 plus 2 is going to be added and it will become 6x. Alright,
Yes, sir. Got it.
so that means what is being added? Only the coefficient is being added. Okay, so till now what else we have understood? We have understood terms. We have understood what is an expression, what is a variable, what is a coefficient, what is a constant, what is a terms. Now there is one more thing, value. Expression has got some value. Okay, for different numbers it has got different value. Suppose I am writing an expression 2x plus 5. Suppose there is an expression 2x plus 5. Now if I ask you what is the value of this expression at x is equal to 2, So what you will do? You will multiply 2 times
So
2
sir, it is 9.
and then you will add plus 5. So this is going to be 9. Alright. So how many variables we can take? How many values we can choose? We can choose infinite values. So 2x plus 5 is an expression with infinite values. Are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
But so you understood values as well. Now, no, it is value, not values. Values are different thing. Okay. So now I'm coming to the what you were already telling me. Equation. Okay. Equation means it has got left hand side. Left hand side means I'm writing LHS in short.
LHS and RHS.
Before that, it should also have equality sign and it should have RHS, that is right hand side. Are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
So what are the three basic requirements? That the equation should have left hand side, should have an equality sign, should have an RHS. So that means we can also say that equation is a condition on a variable. Okay, the variable should also be there. Means you can also write, say 10 by 2 is equal to 5. Is it also an equation? Yes, it is also an equation. But this is a numerical equation. Okay. So numerical equations means only numerical are involved. So 10 by 2 we know that if I divide 10 by 2 I am going to get 5 only. So this is not actually an equation. Equation means it is a condition on a variable. Suppose I write x divided by 2 is equal to 5. So there is a condition, there is a number for which if I divide it by 2 I am going to get 5. So the solution to that is x is equal to 5 into 2, which is going to be equal to 10. Alright, we will understand how to solve a particular kind of equation. Now today we are going to learn the linear equation in one variable, but before that we should all understand what is an expression. I am again telling you, please mark it. So we have understood expression, variable, coefficient, constant, terms, values and equation. Any doubt in these 7 topics?
No, sir, no doubts.
Anvita?
No,
Daksh?
sir, no doubt.
No doubt.
Wonderful. So equation is like a balance scale. Equation is like a balance scale. Has anybody have seen balance scale?
Yes, sir.
This
Yes,
is a
sir.
balance scale. Okay. Now I will come to the balance scale as well. But before that, let's understand some more things. So if I tell you the expressions are also known as polynomials. They are also known as
Polynomials.
okay, but before that we will understand some more terms. So in polynomials we have understood what is an expression, what is the value of the expression, what is the coefficient in this expression, what is a variable in this expression, what is a constant in this expression. Okay, if I am missing any part you can let me know. So what is terms in this expression? What are terms in this expression? Then okay, so only these 6 parts. Okay, coefficient, variable, expression, terms, value, equation. Okay, equation we are not considering, we are considering only. So there is a degree of an expression, there is a terminology, degree of of a polynomial. So what is a degree? So first of all you must understand, if I am writing x square plus x plus 2, so this is an expression. Okay, how many terms are there in this expression?
3, sir.
Very good. How many terms are there? 3 terms. What are the operations that we are going to do? Suppose I am asking you what is the value of this expression at x is equal to 3. Can anybody tell me?
Sir, it would be 9 plus 3 plus 2.
Okay.
9 plus 3 plus
So that
2,
means
which is
3 square plus 3 plus 2, which is going to be 14. Alright?
Yes.
Any doubt?
no, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. So you all understood. Okay, now what is the highest exponential power in this particular expression?
X square.
2. If
Then
I am
yeah,
talking about exponential power, it is 2. So we can say the highest exponential power, and please write it down. Highest exponential power in an expression is the degree of the polynomial. Okay. Now what is the difference between a polynomial and an expression? What is the difference between a polynomial and expression? So the difference between the polynomial and the expression is, in the polynomials, the exponential power of the variable is always a whole number. Alright? Is always a whole number. Whole number means it can be 0, it can be 1, 2, 3 for any number, but it cannot be negative, it cannot be half, it cannot be fraction. Are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
I want you to write it. Please let me know when you have written this.
Sir, done.
Done. Wonderful. Okay. So you understood what is a polynomial. So I am giving you some examples. Those are expressions but not polynomials. So when I am writing x square plus 1 by x, this is an expression, but this is not a polynomial. This is an expression, but this is not a polynomial. Why this is not a polynomial? Because you can see that there is a x whose power, exponential power, is going to be minus 1. You know that x to the power minus 1 can be represented as 1 by x.
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I have not considered the topic. I have not taught you this topic exponent, but soon I will let you know. If at all you are having any doubts or how this is happening, you can just let me know. There are basic 7 laws of exponents, in which
Sir,
there is the
exponents were taught in 7th grade.
Yes, sir. Even linear equations I learned. So
addition was also taught in the first class. You also breathed yesterday, but today also you are breathing. Okay. Exponent will you are not going to, you are not being means exponent is going to be taught till 10th grade. You cannot get rid of it, but the advancement will be there. It keeps on upgrading. All right. So you know the 7th law of exponent, that is a to the power minus m is equal to 1 by a to the power m.
yes, sir. It's the negative
Yes, sir.
exponent now.
So we always consider the denominator exponential power. We will not consider it. We have to bring that into the numerator. So this is also written, this can be also written as x to the x square plus x to the power minus 1. Now you can see that minus 1 is there. So by the definition of the polynomial, the exponential power of any term can never be negative. Should always be a whole number. One more example I am writing. So if somebody asks x plus root x, you are not been familiar with under root, but if I say that x square means x is being multiplied 2 times.
Yes, sir.
So if I ask what is the reverse process of this, suppose I say 2 square is going to be 4, so I am also going to say square root of 4 is going to be 2.
Yes, sir. I've learned this also.
Wonderful. But the exponential power of the square root is written as 1 by 2.
Yes,
So
sir.
here the exponential power of sorry, root x is 1 by 2. Alright, so that means that this is also not a polynomial. Understood? Any doubt?
Yes, sir. No,
Yes.
no, sir.
Pakka?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now I am going to tell you about the kinds of polynomials. Please write down types of polynomials. Daksh, are you there, beta?
Yes, sir, I am there.
Okay. So polynomials can be named on two types. Can be named on two kinds. Classification if you are going to do. So first is on the number of terms. Second is depending upon the degree of the polynomial. Okay, so let's see if the number of term is 1. If the number of term is going to be 1. For example, I am writing x, I am writing x square, I am writing y. So these are known as monomials. What are they known as?
Monomials.
No, monomials no, monomials.
Oh,
Monomials. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Similarly, if the now you can see that the term can be 1 but degree is more than 1. Means y can also be y cube. Means when we are counting on the number of terms basis, degree does not have any role to play. Similarly, if we are going to write only degree, if we are going to see only the degree, so if the degree is going to be 1, it is known as linear. It is known as linear.
linear.
Means I am writing x, I can write y, I can write x plus 2. Now the number of terms does not play any role, but the degree has to be 1. Y plus 2x. You can see that the degree is always 1. Are you getting it?
Yes.
If the number of terms are 2, if the number of terms are 2, so suppose I am writing x plus 2 or x cube plus x square, then it is known as binomial. It is known as binomial. And if the degree of the polynomial is 2, then it is known as quadratic. What it is known as?
Quadratic.
I am giving an example. So x square plus 2x plus 3. This is an example of quadratic because the highest power is 2. Another example I can write y square plus 3. Alright? Any doubt?
No, sir. But can you just wait 1 minute? I'm still writing it.
It's okay. I will give you time to write as well. You can, I am not ending this, okay? Don't worry. Now, if the number of terms are 3, suppose I am writing x plus 3 plus y or x square plus x plus y square, then it is known as trinomial. It is known as trinomial. And if the degree of the polynomial is 3, we are going to name it cubic. What we are going to name it? Cubic. So I am writing an example of a cubic. So x square plus x cube plus 2x square plus 3. Now when I am writing on the basis of degree, number of terms does not have any role to play. You can write as many terms as you want of your choice. But if somebody asks you what kind of polynomial is this on the basis of terms, then you have to count the terms. And if somebody asks you on the degree, then you have to count the degree. On the basis of terms, they are known as monomials, binomials, trinomials. And if more than 3, they are also known as polynomials. In fact, all these 3 are also known as polynomials. Suppose in the class I am considering all of you as my students. So students means you are all polynomials. Among those students I have Daksh. So Daksh means you can say okay first, then I can also say that I have Anvita, then I can also say that I have Vihan in my class, and all those YouTubers as well. So that means those you three are also my students as well, but you have got your individual name. So monomial is also a polynomial, binomial is also a polynomial, trinomial is also a polynomial, but if you are having more than 3 terms, there is no different name for it, but those are known as polynomials. Understood?
Yes, sir.
On the basis of degree I said that the highest exponential power, if it is 1, we will say that it is a linear. If it is 2, we will say that it is a quadratic. If it is 3, we are going to say that it is cubic. Alright, please write this
Yes,
down,
sir.
make this chart as it is, and please revise this after the class, not today but tomorrow. Okay?
Done, sir.
And your tomorrow
Sir,
should
what
come.
about,
Yeah, tell me, Anvita.
sir, what about with like 4 of them?
4 or 5th for what, beta? I said that
Like,
if number of terms are 4, it is known as a polynomial.
okay. And what about degree?
If you want to know for the as if the degree of the polynomial is 4, we say it as a biquadratic. But this is beyond the syllabus of yours,
Oh, okay.
beyond the syllabus of 12th class as well, not for you only. So when you are going to do BSc or some PhD and all, then you can explore more in your life. You're going to become
Okay.
mathematician or scientist or something like that.
Okay.
But our job will be completed in quadratic. Up to 10th grade, there is only quadratic. Cubic has got some glimpses in 10th grade, not now. In this year, we are going to learn only linear. So you understood what is linear now. When I say
Yes, sir.
linear equation in one variable, that means the equation that I am going to form is of the degree 1. The degree is going to be 1. And the second thing that I am going to say you that is there is only one variable in that. Alright?
Okay, sir.
So you understood what is linear equation in one variable.
Yes, sir.
Written this, Daksh.
So, sir, in 9th grade, we are going to learn
Linear equation in 2
quadratic.
variable.
Oh, I thought quadratic equations.
Quadratic you will learn in 10th grade.
Okay.
In fact, linear equation in 2 variable you will also learn in 10th grade.
Okay, sir, got it.
In 9th grade you are going to learn polynomial, which I have taught you today. Means when you are going to learn this chapter in 9th grade, you will already be mastered in this. Okay. So this is a 9th grade topic, but I am teaching you in 8th grade only, because these are the basics of expressions. Once you understand what is an expression, what is a polynomial, what is the number of terms, what is a coefficient, what is a constant, what is the value, what is a degree, and if there is degree 1, we say it as a linear. If the degree is 2, we name it as a quadratic. If the degree is 3, we name it as a cubic. And if the degree is 4, we name it as a biquadratic. So at least you must understand the terminology of mathematics, words which are going to fall in front of you. You should not get confused, oh, what kind of word is this? I am not getting it, because the images are not being made. So now you can understand, okay, this is what we are going to do. So I started from the expression. What is an expression? Expression is an operation on a variable. What is a variable? Variable is an unknown value whose value is not known, and it is a number. It is a number. All those operations that we do on numbers can be done on the variable as well. Suppose we are doing 2 plus 2, it is 4. So we can also say that 2x plus 2x is going to be 4x. The same things we can do on the variable as well. But the terms has to be like. You cannot add unlike terms. This part written?
Yes, sir.
Understood as well?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now you understood how to calculate the value as well. Okay. Now what will happen is, in the demo class I told you about 2 basic identities, and those are very important identities. What are those basic identities? The fourth and the fifth identity. The fourth identity was, you remember?
Yes, sir. Addition identity.
Additive
Additive
identity.
identity.
And what was the fifth property of a number?
Multiplicative identity.
Wonderful. Multiplicative
Identity.
identity. Okay, now see how it plays a very important role, and then we will understand each and every part, how to solve a particular kind of question, what should be our approach. We will learn from the very basics. So first, if I ask you a question, okay, and okay, before that I would like to make you understand what are the basic terms that are being used in the addition part. So if I say, for a general statement, if I say what is 5 plus 2, can Anvita tell me how this particular mathematical expression, numerical expression, can be said in a statement, English statement? No, no, no. No, 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 no. You are telling me the answer, beta. I am telling you that there is an operation being going on.
Addition.
Addition is the operation, but how you are going to say in the form of statement? This is a
Sir,
mathematical.
can I tell?
Yeah, tell me, Vihan.
Yes. The sum of 5 and 2 is 7.
No. Where is? If I am writing
Equals to
5
7.
plus 2 is equal to 7, then you can say the sum of 5 plus 2 is 7. But here I am not doing anything, rather just writing 5 plus 2. That means you can write 2 is added to
5.
5. You can also write 2 more than 5. You can also write 5 is increased by, please write this down.
2.
Okay? Any other terms you know? Sum of 2 and 5. At least 4 we know. 2 is added to 5, 2 more than 5, 5 is increased by 2, sum of 2 and 5. What are these? These are the basic statements that will come in front of us, and we have to form the mathematical equation or expression using these statements. Alright?
Sir, there is one more.
हाँ बताओ
5
बताओ.
and 2 are summed together.
No, the sum of 2 and 5 is same. 5 and 2 are summed together. That is sum only. Okay? If you want to reverse it, you can write 5 is added to 2, 5 more than 2. But that property we already know. We know that is being done because of the commutative property. 5 plus 2 can also be written as 2 plus 5. So all those 4 statements you can replace 2 and 5 as well. And you can also say like that as well. But in practical, if I want to say in a most precise and accurate manner, so I am going to say 2 is added to 5, 2 more than 5, 5 is increased by 2, sum of 2 and 5. Okay?
Okay, sir. Got it.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now if I write 5 minus 2, then one way we can
5
say,
is subtracted by 2.
no, when we are doing the subtraction, you should not use the word by, you should use the word from. And whatever the number we are subtracting, we have to write first that number. So we will write 2 is subtracted from 5. Then we can say 2 less than 5 is lessened by 2. Lessened by 2. 5 is decreased by 2. Okay? Okay, we can also say like this as well. Sometimes this seems to be very funny. 5 plus 2, okay? So you can also say 5 minus 2. Minus
And
is
also, sir, 2 taken by 5. 2 taken away by 5.
wonderful. 2 taken away from 5 beta,
Okay, sir.
not by 5. Okay, so decreased, lessened, subtracted, taken away, minus. These are the terms that we use in the case of subtraction.
Sir,
Alright?
separated.
So, no, not separated. The difference
Separate.
of 5 and 2, we can say.
Okay.
The difference of 5 and 2, that's it. The difference of 5 and 2 is 3. You should not question, sir, can we do 2 minus 5 as well? So it is common, obvious. We should not be in the ambiguity. So we will understand from the context of what is being asked in the question. Alright? But these are the statements that we generally use to represent our expressions. Daksh, is it clear to you, beta?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Written?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So suppose now in the case of multiplication and division, I am writing this both of them in the same column. So multiplication and division, they are a kind of same things as we consider the operations on variables. So if I write 1 by 2x, so I can write half of x, or I can also write x divided by 2. Alright? So 1 by 3 into x can also be termed as 1/3 of x, or I can also say x divided by 3. Anybody having any doubt?
No, sir. No doubt.
No, sir.
So we can write 2x as twice of x. 3x means thrice of x. 4x means then we use 4 times. Then the word times comes. Okay, now please understand, wherever I am writing x, so you know what is the value of x, you don't know. So you can also write a number in place of x. So half of x, we can say that half of a number. Number means it can be any number. It can be 2, it can be 3. So we can find the value. So we should avoid naming x as x. Instead we should say a number. Suppose how you will see these questions in the question form. So we will write twice of a number gives 14, find the number. Are they saying that twice of x is 14? So you should say how we are going to solve. Let the number be x. Let the number be x. Then twice of a number. So that means twice of a number gives means is equal to 14. So x is going to be 14 divided by 2, which is equal to 7. Now you might be thinking, sir, why we are doing 14 divided by 2? So I will just make you understand all these things now. Up to here written? Any doubt?
No, sir.
Anvita and Daksh?
No, sir.
Very good.
What happened, sir?
Okay. So now please understand how we are going to make use of additive and multiplicative inverse. Okay. So suppose I say that x plus 2, that means 2 added to a number gives you 14. Find the number. If I ask you the statement for this question, what is the question? 2 added to a number, you write it. 2 added to a number gives 14. Find the number. So,
Sir, it is.
yeah, I know
12.
you know the answer. See, everybody knows the answer. I know. But how we are going to solve it? This is a very small number. If I give you a very
Sir,
big
can I say-
number, you will just you all are not going to do as fast as you are seeing this.
Sir, can I say how are we going to do this?
Okay, tell me.
So we will keep x in our LHS side, and after the equals to sign, we are gonna write 14 minus 2.
So my another question is now why I am going to do 14 minus 2?
Because we are going to take 2 away from the x and transport it to 14 to
Okay.
subtract it to get the answer.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So before transpose, understand the additive inverse of it. So we will understand that this is a balance scale. I told you initially, I showed you as well. So this is a balance scale. We have got a left hand side and we have got a right hand side. Considering that you have a pocket, you have a bag in which if you are adding 2 in it, you are going to get 14 on the right hand side. There is a balance scale. Okay. So how we are going to solve it? So I had a balance scale, right? Can you see it?
Sir, it is
I had, okay, this
extremely
is a balance scale. Okay. Okay. So it is taking so much of time to come to the question. Okay, no problem. Okay. Can you see this balance scale?
Yes, sir.
So what is the question? X plus 2 is equal to 14. Okay. Now understand this. Now see this. This is the balance scale and this is the equation that x plus 2 is going to be 14. Now suppose I want to take away 2 from here. The balance is going to be unbalanced. So what we have to do, whatever operation we are doing on the left hand side has also to be done on the right hand side. Are you getting it? So first of all,
Yes.
if I want to cancel this 2, what I have to do? I have to make this negative 2. Then only 2 and negative 2 can become 0. You understand what is the additive inverse? Means a number
Yes, sir.
which is added to the number to make it 0. Additive inverse of 2 is negative 2 because it is going to give the additive identity. So if you are doing the negative 2 on the left hand side, the same negative 2 has to be done on the right hand side as well. So the answer is, suppose we have x plus 2 is equal to 14. So x plus 2 minus 2 is going to be 14 minus 2. So here 2 and 2 will get cancelled and x is going to be equal to 12. Understood?
Sir, instead of that, can't we just take the 2 and
Yeah,
transport
I'm
it to?
coming to that only, beta. So that
Okay.
means, so suppose I ask you what is x minus 3 is equal to 14. So to cancel this minus 3, we are going to do plus 3 and this plus 3 has to be done on the other side as well. So this is going to be 17 now. Means we are saying that whatever is the positive sign on the left hand side, if it is taken on the right hand side, the sign is going to be changed. And if we have the negative sign on the left hand side, if I am taking on the right hand side, the sign is going to be changed. The additive inverse is being happening. So that means we say that this is known as transposition. This is known as transpose. Transposing a number. So we can say that while transposing a number from LHS to RHS or vice versa, the number having the positive sign, the number having the positive No, sorry. The sign of the number, sign means positive and negative. The sign of the number having the positive and negative sign with respect to variable is changed. Understood? While transposing a number from LHS to RHS or from RHS to LHS, the sign of the number having the positive and the negative sign with respect to variable is changed to negative and positive respectively. Means positive is going to be changed to negative and negative is going to be changed with positive. Are you getting it? Are you getting the language as well?
Yes, sir.
Daksh?
Yes, sir, I am getting it.
Okay. Please write it down. While transposing a number from LHS to RHS or vice versa, the sign of the number having the positive and the negative sign with respect to the variable is changed to negative and positive respectively. Okay. Now, if the sign is multiplication or division, now what is happening? Suppose, for example, I am writing 2x is equal to 6. A number multiplied by 2 gives 6. So, to cancel this 2, which property I am going to use? Multiplicative inverse.
Dividing by 2.
So multiplicative inverse, 2 and 2 will get cancelled. So 2 will cancel this 6 and you will get the answer as 3. Suppose I say that x divided by 4 will give us 16. So x by 4 means multiplicative identity means I have to multiply this by 4 to cancel this 4, and the same thing I have to do here as well. So x is going to be 64. So while transposing a number from LHS to RHS or vice versa, the sign of the number having the multiplication and the division sign with respect to the variable is changed to division and multiplication. Understood? Same sentence,
Yes.
only in case of positive and negative we are going to write multiplication and division. So this method is known as transposition or transposing. Understood? Instead of doing every time plus of minus and doing this, why this is happening you understood? Because of additive inverse and because of multiplicative inverse. Because we want x to be individual, we are going to find x only. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Any doubt in today's class?
No, sir.
So let us revise what all we learned in today's class. So first we learned about expression. Then we learned about polynomials. Okay, what are polynomials? The expressions having only positive or whole numbers as their what? Degree. Okay, or all the exponential power of all the variables should be a positive number. It should not, it cannot be negative, it cannot be square root or half fraction.
Sir, can it be 0?
What beta?
Can the like sign like exponent of the number be 0? Even though it will
Yes,
be
yes. I see. 5 is also known as a polynomial. So this is known as a constant polynomial. 0 is known as a zero polynomial.
Oh, okay, sir.
So if I ask you what is the degree of this polynomial, I can say the degree of this polynomial is 0. Degree of a constant polynomial is always 0. Polynomial is always 0. Please write it. Very good question. And degree of a 0 polynomial is not defined. Degree of a 0 polynomial cannot be defined. Why? Because see this. Can I write 5 as 5x to the power 0?
Yes, sir, but it will be equal to 1.
No, it will be equal to 5, dear. x to the power 0 is 1, but 5 into 1 is 5 only.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. I got
Okay, so can I write 6 as 6y to the power 0?
Yes, that will be equal to 6.
Yes. So that means any constant polynomial can be written with any variable with the power 0. So that means the degree of constant polynomial is always 0. Okay, we can have the expression with the variable 0 as well. But what about 0 polynomial? So can I write 0 as 0x to the power 0? I can also write 0 as 0x to the power 2 as well. 0x to the power 3 as well, because any number multiplying with 0 is will give you 0. So that means the degree is not defined. You cannot define a particular degree. This is going to be the degree, sir. No. So degree of the 0 polynomial, as division by 0 is not defined, so the degree of the polynomial 0 polynomial is also not defined. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Vihan and Daksh.
Yes, sir, understood.
Okay.
Yes, sir, understood.
So let's revise what all we learned today. So we learned about expression, we learned about polynomials, then we learned about coefficients, we learned about constants, we learned about value, we learned about number of terms, we learned about how to add terms, how to subtract terms, we learned about the statements. Okay, statements of addition, subtraction and multiplication and division. You understood? When I wrote x plus 5 means 5 added to a number. If I write 2x plus 5 means 5 added to twice of a number, or we can say a number is being multiplied by 2 and the product is added to 5, or 5 is added to the product. Understood? We will do some more questions of these types in the next class. We also learned that there are different kinds of polynomials on the basis of number of terms. If the number of term is 1, we say it as a monomial. If the number of term is 2, we say it as a binomial. If the number of term is 3, we say it as a trinomial. Or more than 3, we know it as a polynomial. Depending upon the degree, we say it as a linear. Then we name it as a 2. If the degree is 2, we name it as a quadratic. If the degree is 3, we name it as a cubic polynomial. And then the first chapter that we are going to study is the linear equation in one variable. That is, variable is going to be 1, and the equation that we are going to form is of linear equation only, not quadratic, not cubic, only simple linear equation. Alright, and how to solve those linear equations, I told you about two methods. One is additive identity, additive inverse, and another one is multiplicative identity and multiplicative inverse. Understood?
Yes, sir.
That's all for today from my end. सभी को विश यू ऑल ए वेरी ग्रेट इवनिंग, और सब लोग गेम्स खेलो, आउटडोर गेम्स खेलो, इंडोर गेम्स नहीं खेलना. सभी को टाटा बाय बाय, अपना ख्याल रखना.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Bye. Have a nice